The finished product. This is homemade crab ragout. Alright guys, so welcome back to my channel. And today what I'm going to be making is crab ragout. So what you're going to need is some imitation crab or the real thing if you're balling out of control. This was $4.47 at Walmart. All this is from Walmart. Where else do I shop? I tried Hen House. Their prices are ridiculous. What are y'all doing over there? So then we have the Philadelphia cream cheese. Just one block of that. And you want to let that sit out and get room temperature so it's easier to maneuver. And then we also have the wonton wrappers. This is going to be my first time ever. What you need, sweetie?
My food.
This is going to be my first time ever using the wonton wrappers with the wonton wrappers with the
Thank you.
You're welcome. Plant-based. Usually I just get the regular kind, but plant-based is supposed to be healthier for you, I guess. So we're gonna roll with it. Very simple recipe, and it will save you money to make it at home. This is my first time making it, but it'll save you money to make it at home as opposed to going to the restaurant. Stay tuned. All right, so we're gonna chop this up as fine as possible. Excuse that little thing on my knuckle. This knife is very sharp. I don't like getting little bruises and cuts and stuff, let alone on my hand or my face. Good Lord Jesus. I feel like it makes you look rough. Look like I've been out there fighting. I'm not a fighter. Alright, so that is getting to be a lot. This is easy to cut, y'all. For those who have never, which I'm sure everybody probably has. I love this. I think no, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to eat the ingredients before I put it together. I want to taste it all together. One lady, she had hers chopped so fine. I was like, how'd she do that? Put this in here. Now we're going to get our onion. I probably only purchased this 3 or 4 times in my life. I think 3. I'll usually get the regular onions. Now we're going to wash these off really good because it's been in the garden, somebody's garden somewhere. We're going to wash these off really good. Alright, so we're going to cut off the first half. We don't need that. And we definitely want to cut off these ends because we don't need those. Now we're just going to chop it up. And this we do want to be fine. As small as possible. anybody else have an addiction to Poshmark? I just love that that people, they buy stuff, when it's an ideal situation, they buy stuff, they don't like it, it's too small, or maybe it was a gift to them, and they, they're like, oh, I don't like this fragrance, I don't like this whatever, and they list it on Poshmark. New with tags. You can get a little bit of everything on Poshmark. So now we're gonna open this up. It's about room temperature because it's been in the car. It's about room temperature. It ain't frozen. It's still cold though. Oh well, we're not gonna wait. I want this done before my daughter gets home. She loves crab ragout. Rangoon, whatever it is, I don't know. Now I do know if you open this a certain way, it makes it easier for it to just fall into the bowl. Because this can be a messy ingredient, but it doesn't have to be. So yeah, I got an order from Poshmark coming today. I'm excited about that. Sometimes I like to get my stuff from, like the thrift stores and stuff because it feels like it's a specially there just for you. And then sometimes I like to, order online or go down there to the, what is that called? The place. The ends. You see all kind of people down there. So now we're going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. A little bit of salt. She used white pepper. Tony, do we have any white pepper? Did you ever buy that?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. I just used regular. And she also used garlic powder. Alright. Somebody else put a little bit of sugar in there, so I'm not going to do that. I don't think. I'll taste it and see what... Yeah, that definitely needs to be room temperature. Look at that. Alright, so we're going to stop the video here. I'm going to let that sit for a little bit and get room temperature because no. Alright, y'all, so I had to compromise and put it in the microwave for a few seconds to get it soft and pliable because I want to get this done. So now we're going to go ahead and start heating this up. I should probably do it in a bigger, it's okay. Something that would make it be a deeper dish, but it's all right. I'll just lay them flat and they won't be in the shape of like the wonton wrappers, but they'll be in the shape of like, those ravioli things. All right, so that was 30 seconds. It was a minute, but we still have 29 seconds, so. Now that's hot. That was hot. I'm just gonna scrape this out of here. Let's get to stirring. I know y'all wanna see this part. All right, so now, I don't wanna stir with this because this thing always comes off. Now it's definitely more pliable. And while I'm stirring, I'm also, hoping to kind of break down that crab meat a little bit more. I know I might have some more filler. That was a lot of crab meat, y'all. That was a lot of crab meat. I think my daughter has some Philadelphia cream cheese that she bought. Let me see. Alright, you guys, so I found another package of Philadelphia cream cheese. And I was using this on my spinach pizza. But they got some hard parts in there. We don't want to use them hard parts. So I'm just going to chop off that. Chop off that. It's not that it's old, because I just you know, used it. But it's it wasn't sealed properly. So that those little corners was getting the air to it. I'm just going to put that in there and do just what I did a minute ago. We're going to put it in for the rest of them 29 seconds that was up there. Alright, so we're going to take this out of here. The grease is getting hot. That's how that looks. I might save that in case I need to put that inside of that container to put it back in the refrigerator, because that's a lot of mix. Alright, so now we're just going to mix this on in. Yeah, that's much better, because you want it to be creamy. I want it to be just like how it is at the restaurants when I go get my Chinese food. They don't over season it or nothing. They let the cream cheese and the onion do its job. I always wondered what was inside of that. And then yesterday it just popped up on my feed. A woman was making some homemade crab ragu. Now I am going to taste it and see if it needs salt or what it needs. More garlic powder. Make sure it's mixed evenly. All right, and now we're going to get started. It's perfect. Okay guys, so you're gonna need a little container of water. If y'all wasn't watching, I would have just put the water in there, but y'all watching, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it like this and make it cute. And you take your wonton wrappers, okay? Let me get my spoon. And you put, okay, we're gonna do it like this. We don't wanna gross nobody out. Put that on there, and that on there. And this is the part that concerns me, because I'm like, how is it gonna stick? Jesus. And we're gonna put this with this. If I didn't have these nails on, I would be doing it just how the lady did it. She used her fingers. We're just gonna do it like this. You know, that first one is a trial and error one. Y'all see that? It's in there. And now we're gonna drop this in here. Can y'all see that? We're gonna flip it and dip it. And that's how we're gonna do all of them. I wasn't for sure how it was gonna turn out, but It is what it is. It does seal pretty easy, so I was concerned about that. It seals pretty easy. And they didn't say, I watched 2 videos, they didn't say when to take it out. But I do know we don't want this to overcook. Maybe I can turn my fire down a little bit. Because everything's already done. So you're just basically heating it up. So I'm going to do that, do several of them off camera. And then I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like. Let me take y'all off of here so that y'all can get up close and personal. Homemade crab ragout. And no, Keith, I'm not bringing none of this to work. Ah. All right, maybe 1 or 2. Right there, down. All right, so I'm just playing around with different ways of making it. When you dip this like this, and then you only put a little bit in there, I mean, which is really hard to do because I just really want to, it's just really hard to do. I want to use 2 of them so bad. I'm just going to have extra stuff, extra mix left over, which makes for a really good salad. I don't know exactly, you know, like a seafood salad of some sort. So if you get like a tear in it, just go ahead and fold it over. You know what I mean? That way the other part sticks to it, but because this one, it got like a little overcooked, but the inside is still good. So I'm just like trying to find what works for me with the wrapping of it. That's way too much. I'm so used to making lasagna cupcakes with these things, and you know, you use a certain amount when you do those. But because if you push the edges down, sometimes that, you know, seals and sometimes it don't. But so far I've only had 1, and they cook really fast, y'all. So far I've only had 1 onion come out, and I don't even know where that exited from because it didn't have a hole in it, so I don't know. But that's good like that. Just drop that in the grease. By the time you got the other one ready, the other one is done. See that? And the fire is low, and it's time for me to turn that one. So, the more you do it, the better you get at it, like anything. But right now, I am struggling to get this. And I see why they make them and then they cook them. Because they cook so fast, it's like you don't want to be making them while you're cooking them. Ooh! Child. See that one? So, and be careful with the, you know, the water and the grease. The water and the grease, because I don't want anybody to have, like, you know, issues with that, because it's still water and it's still hot grease. So you see that little hole there? I'm just going to fold that up. Fold that up. And if there's just an abundance of holes, and just cook the side first that don't have the holes. Because for some reason that does wonders. It still doesn't come out the side. I haven't had any of them explode on me. Thank you, Jesus. But yeah, I would definitely advise that you prepare them all first. Oh, that's nasty. Prepare them all first and then cook them. But they smash together really quick, real easy. And they don't taste, the plant-based don't taste any different from the other ones. So, if you had that concern, don't worry about it. And I'm going to go ahead and finish mixing the other ones up before. I got enough of them so when my daughter comes in, then she can enjoy them fresh and hot. And hopefully be, you know, in awe with Mom. So you can make them in different shapes or whatever. This one's packed with, you know, filling and it's so good. I just had to show y'all. Reiterate, do not worry about the shape of them. And as you can see, even for some reason, it still doesn't just come out. It doesn't explode. That was one of my concerns. You know, is it going to fall apart in the grease? And then I done ruined the grease and, you know, bought all these ingredients, even though it's very inexpensive. The onions were $1 something. The Philadelphia cream cheese was, I think, $4 something. And the crab meat was $4.47. And the wonton wrappers was, I think, $3 or $4. So altogether it was like 11 bucks. And this is what they look like here. And yeah, I should have put a paper towel underneath there so they could catch the grease, but I'm gonna go ahead and put them on a paper towel, make them real cute for the presentation when she gets home. And the grandson's coming over too, so he might, you know, want some. This is what was left. This is what was left, and I'm just gonna eat this as a salad by itself. And if you turn the fire down low, they can cook, because you're just heating up the insides and you're making the outside golden brown. So please don't have that fire up all the way, because then they cook really, really fast. I finally got the hang of it towards the end. Literally. Because them first ones, honey, look at that. That's really dark. But it's still not burnt. You know, it doesn't have that burnt flavor to it. It's just not as appealing to the eyeball as the other ones. So turn that fire down, honey. Let it cook on low. And if you happen to have any extra wonton wrappers left over, just know that you can also throw those in the grease, and then as they cook in golden brown just by themselves, you ain't got to add nothing to it, no water or nothing. Just lay a sheet in the grease, and as it cooks, when it comes out, you can lay it on a paper towel, drain the grease, and put some powdered sugar on it. It's a good little light dessert. So yeah. But you can work on the shape. You know, each time you make them, the shape is not the taste of it. It has nothing to do with the taste. Just looks more professional. But next time I will purchase the fuller, the big square wonton wrappers. I think those are what is that called? Egg roll wrappers. Because they're larger. Anyway, thanks for watching, y'all.